At this time, I would like to introduce some very special guests for our introduction.
Growing up, my cousin Candace was like an older sister to me. She always encouraged me to get involved in clubs and organizations within our school and community. Throughout high school, I saw her set that example in our FFA chapter to persuade new members to participate and compete in CDEs. Candace is the type of person that would be there to help out just about anybody, and if you asked her to help you with something involving FFA, she'd do it in a heartbeat and with a smile. She has helped me with many things to improve my FFA career. As a freshman, she pushed me to compete in the Green Hand Creed speaking contest. As a sophomore, she studied with me before the soul judging competition. As a sophomore and a junior, she helped me to improve my reasons for the livestock and poultry judging competitions. I know she wouldn't hesitate to do the same for anyone else. She's been there through the tough times. She's been there to guide me through the tough times and celebrate with me in the best times. So it's my pleasure to introduce Candace Clinkscales, your 2015-2016 State Vice President.
I wanna live like that and give it all I have, so that everything I say and do points to you. If love is who I am, then this is where I stand. Recklessly abandoned, never holding back. I wanna live like that.
When you were little, did you ever dress up like your favorite superhero? Was it Spider-Man, Iron Man, or the Hulk? My favorite superhero is Superman. The coolest thing that I find about Superman is that he can fly without any help from any gadgets or anything. He can just shoot up into the sky and fly anywhere he wants to, just like that. He is known for his super strength and his amazing ability to withstand great impacts to his body. Oh, and the X-ray vision, that's pretty cool too. He selflessly protects the city of Metropolis and makes a difference in the lives of its people by saving them from the bad guys in the city. He willingly puts himself in harm's way for people that he doesn't even know, and he doesn't think twice about it. Did you ever think to yourself, I want to be a superhero like that so that everyone will know my name? Or when you got older, did you ever say, I just want to be noticed? Or I just want to do something that people will remember me by? Well, why not do something? There's a quote from one of my favorite movies, Secretariat. It says, this is not about going back. This is about life being ahead of you, and you run at it, because you never know how far you can go until you run. If you want to be remembered, how far will you be willing to run? How much effort will you put forth? And how much motivation will you have to do what it takes to build your legacy? Let's step into the shoes, and by the shoes I mean the heels, of a beautiful young lady for a moment. She's standing tall and proud, but her hands are sweaty, her heart's racing. She's thinking to herself, is this even real? Her hair and makeup are flawless, and with her beautiful black dress with the sheer sleeves on, she looks like a princess. She's an 18-year-old African-American lady on the stage of the 1994 Miss America pageant. She anxiously awaits the results, and she watches as the envelope is handed to the announcer and the runner-ups are called. And the winner of the Miss America pageant is Miss Kimberly Aiken from Columbia, South Carolina. Once a princess with a dream is now a queen with her crown. And with a name like Miss America, the possibilities and opportunities are endless. Miss Aiken is a woman who had her mind set on one goal, and she knew of the hard work and dedication it would take to get there. As Miss South Carolina and as Miss America, Miss Aiken used her position, along with her her skills and abilities to put the needs of others before herself. Miss Aiken sets a fine example of a leader. A leader should have a servant's heart, as Miss Aiken demonstrated when she used her platform as Miss America to establish the HERO program, which allows homeless citizens to get back on their feet. A leader should not only have a servant's heart, but they should also be a hard worker and dedicated to achieving a goal. A leader should be willing to serve others and expect nothing in return. A leader should know what they believe in and be willing to fight for it. Each of us has the potential to be a leader like Miss Aiken. Each of you have the opportunity to be a leader in your FFA chapter, in your community, and in this state. You must be willing to step out of your comfort zone and take on the challenges and fears that every leader comes face to face with. Whether it be the fear of public speaking or the challenge of working with people you hardly know. You must take on those challenges and fears with a heart of determination and a smile on your face. FFA members, what will your first step be to get out of your comfort zone? What will you do to step up to the plate as a leader and make a difference? How will you be the change that you want to see? I'm sure many of us have wonderful examples of what a leader is, but I'm thinking of one particular story of a man who had the heart of a world changer. Picture this. There's a man on a long and difficult journey from a town called Jerusalem to a town called Jericho. Now this is way back in the day, before cars, paved roads, or a good pair of shoes. This man is just making his way along the path, minding his own business, when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a group of robbers come and strip him of his belongings, beat him, and leave him for dead on the side of the road. It just so happens that a priest comes down the same path that the injured man is on. But the priest passes by on the other side of the path for fear of becoming unclean. A few moments later, another man, a Levite, comes down the same path, but he also passes on the other side of the path. Finally, a third man, a Samaritan, comes down the same path, and when he sees the injured man, he has compassion. He has mercy on him and helps him. The Samaritan takes time out of his own journey to help the injured man and to see to it that the expense of taking care of the man's injuries is paid for in full. The Good Samaritan had a selfless heart, and he did what was needed for the man, and he expected nothing in return. He had a selfless heart. That kind of heart and mindset is what can change the world. The Good Samaritan is a world changer, and you can be a world changer too. If you have a passion for FFA, for agriculture, or anything else in this world, you cannot sit back and say, someone else will do it. You cannot say, someone else will take the lead, someone else will figure it out. We cannot say that. No, we must be the world changers and make a difference in our homes, communities, state, and country. It is not enough to let life go by us. It is not enough to be sitting there stuck on our phones all day long with all those world-changing ideas stuck in our heads. It is time to take action and do something. I challenge you to leave your phone at home for a day, or at least a couple of hours. It will amaze you at how many world-changing opportunities you will find in everyday conversations you have with people you know, or in the simple tasks that you do every single day. Have you ever seen that commercial on TV about the Pass It On movement? It starts out by showing a man in an airport who sees someone drop something, so he goes over and picks it up for them. Then it shows a woman who saw what the man did, and it shows her holding the door for an elderly man. In turn, a young man who watched the kind lady's actions finds himself in a coffee shop, and he decides to buy some food for the homeless man sitting outside. FFA members and guests, if you want to be a difference maker like Miss Aiken, like Superman, or maybe even like the Good Samaritan, it starts with you and what you can do. Being a difference maker can start right here, right now. You don't even have to talk to people if that's not what you like to do. You can make a difference in someone's day by simply holding the door for someone. Or maybe just sharing a kind smile with someone who is looking down in the dumps. The commercial for the Pass It On movement resembles a chain reaction of kind deeds, of simple actions that speak louder than words. But for those who like friendly conversation or who just simply like to talk, you can be a difference maker and make a difference in someone's day by being a friend to someone who doesn't seem like they have a friend in the world. The first step to a conversation is listening. The next can be offering comforting words or advice. I know that I will not always have the right words to say, but I always try to be a friend and at least try to brighten someone's day. My hope and my challenge to you is that you will be the spark for the chain reaction of kind deeds that will change the world. So who will you become? Will you be a leader, a good Samaritan, a friend to someone who doesn't have one? How will you be the change that you want to see?
I wanna live like that and give it all I have, so that everything you say and do points to you. If love is who I am, then this is where I stand.
Candace, your kindness, love for God, and passion for agriculture is contagious. This year, you truly show what it means to lead with a servant's heart, and I can't imagine it without your giggles, prayers, and support. Love always, Brandon, Kelly, Thomas, Katie, and Blair. South Carolina FFA, your 2015-2016 State Vice President, Candace Clinkscales.
That grace can really change a heart. Do I live like your love is true? People pass, and even if they don't know my name.
The honorary state degree is the highest degree a state can bestow upon supporters of the FFA. It is now time to recognize those who have achieved this degree. For the purpose of this ceremony, please welcome back to the podium State FFA President Katie Martin.
It is always a pleasure to receive honorary members into the FFA. The purpose of this ceremony is to recognize from time to time the efforts of others made in our behalf. Madam Secretary, please read the section of the National Constitution which provides for honorary membership.
Madam President, Article 5, Section E of the National Constitution states, honorary membership. Farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of Board of Education, chapter advisors, teachers, and staff members in agriculture education, business people, and others who are helping to advance agriculture education and the FFA and who have rendered outstanding service may be elected to honorary membership by a majority vote of the members present at any regular meeting of convention.
Thank you, Blair. Will the ushers please bring forward the candidates? And before we introduce these candidates, please give a warm welcome to Lane Holcomb from the Walhalla FFA chapter for a talent presentation.
Distance for 2-4.
Thank you, Wayne. Madam Secretary, will you please introduce those who are to receive this honor?
Madam President, members, and guests, I am pleased to recognize the following individuals. Mrs. Judy Turner Fox. Mrs. Fox is the Public Relations Director for Lexington School District 3. Since 2004, she has had an important role in the success of the Batesburg-Leesville FFA chapter. As an avid FFA supporter, she serves as a liaison between the chapter, district, community, and other groups through the use of state and local media. Mrs. Fox has 2 daughters that were both active FFA members. She was instrumental in moving the Mrs. FFA pageant to Batesburg-Leesville and has helped to run the program for the past 7 years. Mrs. Fox is a true friend of agriculture education and the FFA. Tim Faulkner. As the owner of Twin F Farm, Mr. Faulkner has been a supporter of FFA chapters in Lawrence County for many years. He opens his farm up every year so that local FFA chapters can grasp the depth of the poultry industry in South Carolina. He has also helped to fund several FFA trips and train career development event teams. Mr. Faulkner served on the Clemson Extension Advisory Committee for a number of years and was a great supporter of agriculture programs within the upstate of South Carolina. He currently serves as a Lawrence County Young Farmers President and has stepped up to serve as the Upstate Vice President for the South Carolina Young Farmers and Agribusiness Association. Robert T. Yoder, Jr. Mr. Yoder has been the president of the Lancaster County Farm Bureau since 2011. Because of his leadership, all 3 Lancaster County agriculture programs have been funded to attend National Convention and the Sun Belt Agriculture Expo. In addition, each of the 3 schools were given 10 FFA jackets and ties, allowing students who could not afford their own jackets to be properly dressed for FFA events. Mr. Yoder is always on the lookout for ways to help students grow by making students aware of state and local scholarship opportunities. Mr. Josh McCall. Mr. McCall is currently an agriculture educator at Walhalla High School. He was a graduate of Clemson University with a Bachelor's of Science degree in agricultural education and a master's degree in educational leadership. Before teaching at Walhalla High School, he taught at Daniel Morgan Technology Center and Crescent High School. Mr. Ronnie Ford. Mr. Ford was a graduate of Fairmont High School in North Carolina. He earned a Bachelor of Science and a Master of Science degree in agricultural education at North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. He has taught at 4 high schools during his 32 years in agricultural education. He currently teaches at Timberland High School and is proud of his student successes in tool identification, soil judging, and FFA Cree-speaking career development events. Mr. Kip Beam. Mr. Beam attended high school in Chester, South Carolina. He earned a bachelor's in animal science, pre-veterinarian science, and a master's in animal nutrition and teaching certification in agriculture. He has taught for 12 years at Chester County Career Center. Before that, he was the Clemson Extension agent for his area. During the 12 years at Chester, his Young Farmer chapter had 2 past presidents, 4 vice presidents, 3 Agribusiness Person of the Year, and 2 Farmer of the Year on the state level. He also had the 2011 Adult Program of the Year for South Carolina Association of Agriculture Educators, Region 5, and hosted the State Young Farmer Tour. This concludes our list.
I
I welcome you as friends of the FFA. It is my privilege as Sentinel to extend to each of you the symbolic handclasp of friendship and brotherhood.
As reporter, I am pleased to inform you that the FFA is a national youth organization whose purpose is to develop agriculture leaders. Welcome to membership.
Your contribution as useful citizens in our democracy serves as examples of our members to follow. As treasurer, I welcome you to our organization.
The FFA needs counsel and guidance from recognized leaders. It is my pleasure as secretary to add your name to our roll of honorary members.
As Vice President, I welcome you to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
On behalf of every member, I wish to say that we are proud to have you as honorary members. May this affiliation prove valuable to all. I impress upon you that we look for you to counsel and guidance. It is because of the great respect we have for you that you have been elected to honorary membership. May we always cooperate for a benefit of all. I now confer upon you honorary membership to the South Carolina FFA Association and present you with this token of membership.